Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You want to start it?
Yeah. So I was living in Stockholm, Sweden, where we also still live, and I was looking for some new music to get inspired to write my own music. And I clicked on Cole's music on SoundCloud and started to listen to his songs and fell in love with his voice and his lyrics.
So then she started leaving some very thoughtful, detailed comments. And I noticed that, and I was like, wow, this person really seems to connect with my music. So I clicked on her profile and absolutely fell in love with what she was doing. And I think I actually asked her to add me on Facebook at the time. And originally the plan was that we were going to just collaborate on music because we were connecting so well on that. And then as we kind of exchanged messages, it gradually, we realized we had a lot more in common than just the music. And I think it was you that said, like, okay, I would, like, in all honesty, I think it was like a week and a half, like, from the time that we met each other that we actually, like, fell in love, just from, like, the letters we were writing each other. And she was like, okay, we need to talk on the phone now. And I was, like, super petrified. I was like, okay, she likes my music, but what if she thinks I sound stupid when I talk, you know? It's a weird, like, thing to be worried about, but I was. And then we had our first phone conversation, and I got off the phone and I was like, oh my God, this is the girl of my dreams. And then like literally that same day after our phone call, she was like, okay, now we need to Skype. So I was like, oh God, now I have to get on a video chat. What if she thinks I look terrible on Skype? But then we did that, and it went really well. And so we Skyped for 5 months, and she came to Minneapolis. I went back with her to Sweden after 2 months. Rest is history. Yeah.
At any point, no, it's such a romantic fairy tale, but at any point, did you think you were being catfished?
No, well, I mean, there was a few times where we messed with each other, but mostly, like, we both, like, Skyped with each other's, like, families and stuff, and I met her, you know, parents and her sister, and she met my parents and my grandparents and stuff, and so it felt really like it would have been a really elaborate scam if one of us was messing with the other one. But actually, the funniest thing was when she finally did come to Minneapolis and was finally there in person. I was going to go pick her up, and she said, like, yeah, I landed at the airport. She texted me, and then I texted her back, and I was like, who is this? Yeah, it was bad. It was mean,
so
but I didn't leave her hanging. Like 10 seconds later, I was like, just kidding, I'm on my way.
JK, here I am, outside.
The EP press came out, and you guys are going to be performing some songs for us. What's the first song you guys are going to do?
This song we're doing right now is called Roses on Your Dress, and is from our full-length album.
Our first full-length.
Full-length album coming out.
What's that?
It's going to be...
No,
it's not the first one. Okay. When's the full-length one coming out?
It's coming out in...
The next full-length is coming out at the end of summer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think.
so
But this one
exciting.
is from our, like, debut full-length album, which
Awesome.
to us is still pretty new.
We love your music. We're so excited to hear it. So here you guys go. Flora Cash.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
in your hand. I got is the only song.
Okay, so this one is actually from the new EP Press, and it's a song that is really close to our hearts. Kind of described some frustrations and struggles that we were going through not so long ago, and that I think a lot of people kind of have gone through, that sort of the feeling that you're not necessarily allowed into the club, whatever that club happens to be, no matter what you're kind of pursuing in life. Sometimes it feels like people are maybe not necessarily purposely, but to some extent kind of trying to keep you in your place or keep you down. And that's what this song is for us.
Now I spent a holiday on the block, overtime and the bells don't stop. Remember what we said back in June? If we're still here now, we gotta move. I don't know what you wanna do next. Got your job, but you got no checks. I'm not saying that I got it all planned out. I'm just saying that, hey, I know we got some problems, yeah, I know we got some hang-ups. I'm not trying to make excuses, I'm just trying to put some meaning to the struggles that we're currently going through with currency, going through with families. Finally, like we're finally saying, they own this town. Maybe that's why we get no 3 years and we got so cool. Too many ways we could have gone. 1 minute and we could have thrown it all away. I don't know what I wanna do next. Gotta keep, but I got no context. You're the reason that I got this far. And I know you gotta work so hard. I know we got some problems, yeah. I know we got some hang-ups. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to put some meaning to the struggles that we're currently going through with currency, going through with family. It's finally clear, we're finally saying, we're home this time. Maybe that's why we get no down. We can go if we don't, so pretty colors that pretend we can change, but it never does. We're home this time. Maybe that's why we get no down. We can leave in the morning and go all night, take a train to the coast, get it done. We're home this time. Maybe that's why we get no down. We can go if we don't, so pretty colors that pretend we can change, but it never does. It's coming, the moment we waited for so long. We have it, we're on it, we'll have it. It's coming, the moment we waited for so long. We have it, we're on it, we'll have it. They own this time. Maybe that's why we get no girl. We could go if we don't. It's a pity, cause I can tell you we don't cheat. They own this time. Maybe that's why we get no girl. We can leave in the morning and go all night, take a train to the coast, get it done. They own this time. Maybe that's why we get no girl. We can go if we don't. It's a pity, cause I can tell you we can change, but it never does. It's coming, the moment we waited for so long. We have it, we're on it, we'll have it, I promise.
Well, you guys sound incredible. It sounds like you've been singing together for your entire life, and just such a blending of the voices. Now, you two are called Flora Cash, and I heard you don't say why you came up with the name Flora Cash.
That's true.
Can you tell us some of the other names that you were kind of throwing around before you decided on Flora Cash?
What a great
That is actually a good question.
It was. Okay, actually, what was it?
Oh my gosh, I'm really glad that we didn't go with some of the other options. There was one that we actually talked about this
Yeah.
like a couple of weeks ago, right?
Charlotte and something.
It was like Charlotte and the
Nothing
blue.
Charlotte is a bad name.
No, it's not. Yeah,
But
Charlotte's a great. That's why we wanted. That's why we liked the band name. But we wanted something with Charlotte,
yeah.
and it just like the name itself. I don't know. It was like Charlotte and the something, and it was pretty bad. It was.
It was not okay.
Yeah. We have probably a whole piece of paper sitting around somewhere that has all of these, but I can't recall anything other than the Charlotte one. Yeah.
Good Charlotte is thanking you right now for not going.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, it's so great to have you guys here. It's really cool because there's some kids here who this is their first concert, seeing you guys perform. What an awesome experience. What was your first concert? Do you remember your first concert you went to?
Maybe like someone in South Sweden somewhere, where I'm from.
Yeah, I think my
Some
first
local
concert
band.
was some random punk band. Like I was kind of like a just go to like random local shows that, you know, the band might only ever play 2 or 3 shows before they break up kind of person. So yeah. I think one time I went with my mom to Breaking Benjamin. She really likes Breaking Benjamin. And yeah, but that wasn't my first concert. But that was like my first, I think that was the first time that I went to like an arena show.
Oh, yeah.
And it was pretty good. I mean, you know, whatever you think about their music, whether you're a fan or not, it was a good performance. But yeah, I think it was just local stuff.
You guys are playing Woodstock 50, right?
That's right, yeah.
Wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
we're working on it for sure, yeah.
Who are you most excited to see there?
Exactly.
Yeah, that is actually the truth. Like, it's hard to find anybody on there that we're not excited to see. I know I think Shpressa hasn't grown up with as many like American bands, so it's probably a little bit harder for her. I mean, there's a lot of people on there that we like. If I point it out, she likes their music and respects them. But for me, like, I'm a big Killers fan, so the fact that we're playing the same day with them, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I like that.
It's good to see JC.
I do have to ask Cole, because you have this beautiful woman coming here from Sweden to see you. You guys get married. She comes to the States. This was the first time you came to America. A lot of pressure on you to show her around. Where's the first place you took her to? What's the first restaurant, or what's the first piece of America that you let her taste?
Oh my god. Well, here's the thing. Like, so the first place I brought her to was actually to meet my grandparents, because they had met on Skype a little bit, and she really, they connected, and they you know, sweetest people. The funniest thing was when I first brought her to meet them, like, she could not understand anything they were saying because they were talking so fast and interrupting each other all the time.
Yeah.
So she didn't know who to listen to because they would be both saying something at the same time to her, which is, I don't know if that's a Minnesota thing or an American thing, I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't happen much in Sweden, I realized. Everybody like waits for everybody to talk and like finish your sentence, and then there's like a little bit of a silence, and then the next person talks. So I think she was overwhelmed by that, not in a bad way, but but then, like, I think the big attraction is in Minneapolis. We have the Mall of America. So I mean, if your introduction to like American, consumerism and malls or whatever is like the Mall of America, that's pretty profound. So I still remember like you going there, and it was like, yeah, that was great.
The Mall of America. What did you think, Shpressa? Were you like, whoa?
We have the roller coasters and stuff. It was super cool.
We also had Cinnabon for the first time there.
Yeah.
Which is, it's national treasure.
Well, we want to hear some more music. I mean, what are you guys going to be performing next?
Pharaoh.
All right, give them a round of applause, guys. Flora Cash.
This is a time when cold tunes I teach people Swedish, so if you're up for it, I'll teach you something. Anybody? You want to learn Swedish? What's that? Hola. That's not Swedish, but first. I can teach you the hola in Swedish, which is hey. Hey. I can teach you.
They say hey a lot.
Yeah.
Like hey.
And also I can teach you goodbye, which is hey då. Hey då. Everybody got that?
So if you want to say goodbye, you say hey do. So we're not saying hey do yet.
No.
So this one's called Pharaoh.
I don't know where to go when I conquer it all. Will you stay? Will you pray? Will you leave me to fall? still remember just the way it tasted. Pack of cigarettes in a basement, a pack of gum, a pack of lies. I can still remember just how much I faked it. Box of chocolates in a bracelet, a crappy car, a broken heart. Smelling this room makes my mind to you, and I don't mind you. That I fell for you back then is gone. I won't even be, I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, you told me it was true, well it's wrong. But I just don't care what you declare. I can slow down just thinking about his wasted. $18 for the case, kid. It's all we had. It's all we knew. I can still see how you looked when you were breathing. A pair of silhouettes that were leaving. A pair of shoes, the shady news. All the things that you put me through. Smelling this room brings my mind to you.
As they say in Sweden, lagom.
Say that again.
Is it lagom?
Lagom.
Lagom?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect, good, right? Lagom.
That's awesome.
Now, husband and wife, beautiful music. When it comes to writing music, if there's a disagreement, how do you guys work things through?
Fight it through.
Pretty much, yeah. Like when we disagree hard. No, but like the thing is, I think the thing that keeps what we do healthy and like it keeps it enjoyable is the fact that we do have healthy disagreements, and we really don't we don't have the same exact taste in music, and we're not each other's like yes men. So yeah, yes person. So there can be lively discussions about the right
Yes.
way to go for sure,
Yeah.
and we just tell each other the truth, and hope that we don't hate each other by the end of the situation.
When it comes to making music and when you decided to get into this industry and you're hearing, like you said, a lot of yes men and a lot of yes women, what was the worst advice that someone gave you? Did anyone tell you something about going into this business, or what you need to do this, or you guys need to do this, and you just thought, no, that's not what we're about?
That's what we had.
There's always some of that, you know. I mean, it basically just anytime that somebody tries to, I think it's kind of hard. Like I think if you believe in what you're doing, and if you're doing it honestly, and you're doing it from the heart, and you persevere, I believe that you should never underestimate your audience. You know, and I think you should give people a chance to hear what you really want to do, and let the people decide whether they are into it. And I think sometimes along the way, there's voices that will kind of say like, well, maybe if the tempo was a little faster, maybe if you put the beats in earlier, maybe if you did this, maybe if you did that. And I think like if you start to do that, you know, too much, you can kind of destroy what it is that actually makes your thing what it is.
Because it's also very hard to please everybody. You cannot please everybody
Exactly.
because everybody has different opinions. So just skip the opinions, go through them.
Sometimes there's a good opinion,
Yeah.
right? There's a good opinion, and there's like, you have to always be open to some kind of feedback, but there's a difference between that and just like being too scared to actually have the courage to represent what you really believe in. So there's been a bunch of that, but I think, you know, the advice for anybody else in that situation would be, you know, stand your ground and make the music that you love and want to hear. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
All right, we know you guys have one more song, but before we let you perform, and this is a song you've heard on Mix 94.1, I want to do a couple of rapid-fire questions with you, okay? I'm just going to throw out the question. It's one-word answer, all right?
All right.
Morning or night person?
Night person.
No, both night people. Yeah, I'm a night person.
Favorite movie ever?
I would say Good Will Hunting.
I have so many. I don't know. Oh, Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
That literally is her favorite movie. Yeah.
I watched it a few
Can you guys do the move?
What's that?
Have you tried it?
where you run up and
Nicole does that with me every night.
That was a prerequisite for getting married. Sure, I gotta really do it.
Favorite candy?
What's that?
Favorite candy?
Swedish salt licorice. Cool.
I would say like Sour Patch Kids.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
That's a tough one.
100.
Yeah, I'd say 8.5 on a good day. Yeah. For me, she's 100 for sure.
Dogs or cats?
Actually, we both like both, honestly, and I'm not trying to be political or diplomatic here. They both have something totally unique to offer, but I would say the cats are more low maintenance.
Yes.
And in our lives, that would be ideal. But even for us, we're like, we can't get a cat because we travel so much, and it wouldn't be fair. But I'm gonna say cat. I'm gonna say cat for now. Yeah.
Favorite emoji?
The one with the one that does the rolling.
I would say I love the emoji. I think this is a relatively new one, but the emoji where it looks like there's like a nuclear bomb going off. I feel like that's so relevant so often. Yeah.
Peanut butter or Nutella?
Nutella.
I'm gonna say peanut butter.
And Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram.
I'm gonna say Instagram. Yeah.
And the most important one, do you have a landline telephone?
A landline?
Do you know what a landline is?
A landline is like, cell phones are like wireless or digital. Landline is like the line that comes into your house. You know what I mean, like the regular telephone.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
You do have a landline?
We don't have a landline.
Oh no.
Clearly.
Maybe they had that one in the bathroom in a hotel room. That was kind of cool. I opportunity to talk with people. Like, hello. Okay.
All right, the last song, You're Somebody Else.
Yeah.
Tell us the story behind this song, because I know it's so important to so many people, and it's so relatable. I think we've all felt like this in our lives. I love this song.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah. You want to start? Well, it basically started. The idea came to us when we were going through. It was kind of it ended up being sort of the end of a really, really rough period of time. I was experiencing a huge amount of anxiety, not just like kind of amorphous anxiety where you don't really know where it comes from, but also just anxiety about like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what are we doing with our lives? And then on top of that, like, it started to like manifest like physical symptoms where I thought, oh, my legs are weak, and is this some kind of disease? it was like a rough time, and I think I was stressing Stressa out as well with this. I was not in a good mental state, and so Stressa's sister and her, at the time, fiance, decided to take a trip to New York, and they asked us if we wanted to stay at their apartment for a change of scenery. So we were like, yeah, that would be probably pretty healthy, you know? So we went there, and one night we lit a candle, sat in the kitchen, and pretty much total darkness, and I started playing the riff to the song, the guitar riff, and we both started kind of humming along, and I would say within like 5 minutes or less, that melody and then the words, "You look like yourself, but you're somebody else," came out. And I think for us it was like really therapeutic. It exactly expressed how we were feeling about ourselves at the time, which was like looking in the mirror and not quite liking who we were becoming.
Not even knowing who you are anymore, you know. And I feel it's important to bring out mental health, like illnesses and stuff, because it's been such issues back in the days. I guess.
Yeah, there's no shame in.
No. All of us kind of experience that sometimes, and it's okay, and it's gonna be okay. Just go through it. And,
I think you definitely come out stronger on the other side of any of that stuff, but it's hard to see that when you're in the midst of it, you know? It's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but like honestly, having gone through that, we both now are so much better equipped to recognize when, you know, the mind is playing tricks and when you're getting like overwhelmed, and we kind of have the tools now to deal with it. So that's where it came from.
It's so beautiful. It means so much to so many people. And do you guys want to hear it now? Yeah! All right, Flora Cash.
Thank you, guys.
I saw a part of you. Only when you're older you will see too. You will see too. I'll have the better cards, but every stroke of luck has gotta bleed through. It's gotta bleed through. You have balance all the time, and only blindly I can read you. But I can read you. It's like you told me, go for it slowly. It's not a race to me.